you to another episode of Mad Talk. We got my man's B-Rad right here. He's going to talk a little bit about some business stuff he's doing, some social media stuff he's doing, but mostly about how he's trying to make a difference in his community.
I'm Brad Harkema, and I'm 24 years old. Lived in Orange County for 24 years of my life. Some fun facts about me. I'm actually in the Army Reserves as a medic. I've been doing that for about 5 years now. I'm also, a fun fact about me is also I'm a triplet. So I have two sisters, but literally they look nothing like me. Like one of them has red hair. So if you saw us together, like literally, you would not even recognize that we were siblings. It's crazy. I'm also an independent travel agent. So I've started that about a month ago. I'll go off on a tangent with that later, but right now I'm working at a coffee shop as well. I work as a barista, and I'm just pretty much using that for additional income and stuff like that to kind of take off my because I also have a travel blog. So I'm trying to take off my travel blog, my independent travel agent stuff, and kind of create a business in the travel industry. But also huge on personal development. Like I love personal development so much. Ever since I joined the military, actually, they have this thing called MRT training, which is pretty much military resilience training. And they have this because when people go overseas into combat or whatever their duty station is, when they go over there, sometimes they see things that a lot of people shouldn't have to see, and they have to come back and deal with those emotions and those things. So they have this training pretty much to give you perspective, to keep positive, and to just allow people to realize that expressing their emotions and things is actually a healthy thing. It's not a weakness. What I want to do is I want to book travel for people, obviously, but I also have my personal development side, which I want to start doing courses and give people like start a life mastery program, and how people can like change their mindset, change their life, and just follow their passions. Because a lot of people have these self-limiting beliefs that they're holding on to and that they're clinging on to, man. Like, I want to help people get past that. Because, dude, I've been there. Like, we all have mental blocks. You have a mental block. I have a mental block. Gary Vee has mental blocks. Like, we all have mental blocks we have to push through and get past.
Personal development and just this limiting belief system that you were saying, this limiting belief system, like, yo, break that down for us, man. Again,
the limiting beliefs that we hold are usually, not always, but usually because of our parents or people that we have been surrounded with in our life. A lot of these limiting beliefs actually come from, what stories are we telling ourselves? Because that's truly just what becomes our reality, is what story we're telling ourselves. Like, for a long time, dude, I've had a limiting belief of I don't deserve like money. Like I shouldn't, like money's for like people that are in Wall Street and in business and all that stuff. And yes, I'm getting into business now, but I never thought of myself that way. And I never thought of like, oh, I should have a lot of money. And I was like, okay, well, why should other people deserve that money and not me? Like that was a limiting belief that I had, that like I shouldn't have money, which is so ridiculous. Like why is that something that's in my mind? And I personally, I don't know why it is. Maybe something within my family. I don't know, like how my family talks about money, but a lot of our beliefs stem from the people we are around, and also our family. So one huge thing I've been very aware of is, who am I surrounding myself with? Your environment is literally what you become. If you're surrounding yourself with people that are draining you, that are negative, that like don't want the best for you, what do you think's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is you're gonna go down a rabbit hole of negativity, because that's what you're surrounding yourself with. And you hear all the greats talk about this, dude. It's not a freaking secret. Like, you know it. You know it inside. Everyone knows it. But they just can't get to that step of okay, what do I deserve? Who are the people that I want to surround myself with? And who are some people that I need to cut out of my life? And only you know those things. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, you should cut this person out of your life. Like, there's so many different things that it all depends. So just, you got to be honest with yourself of who do you want to surround yourself with and who do you want to become? And like, what stories are you telling yourself? And what stories are the people that you are hanging around telling themselves?
What would you give the advice, because you've been there, you've been 18, you've been 17, everything like that. What kind of advice would you give a teenager or even a person in their earlier 20s and they're getting out of it for how to deal with something like that with parents mostly, with family mostly, how to deal with that?
This is good that you brought this up. This is really good. Is this, dude, this is actually a mental block of mine. Have you ever actually had the conversation with your parents about how they are draining your energy? Because, dude, we're all great. We just have to see it. Like, literally what we see and what we believe in our mind, the stories we're telling ourselves, is literally reality. So why not start telling ourselves the story of, you know, why can't I bring my family forward? I mean, and that's not, you know, you can't use that for everyone, but your family is someone you're around all the time. And like, if you do have that conversation with your family and they're not receptive to it, all right, maybe you need to step back and distance yourself. I mean, it's hard to cut family off. If you can cut family off, I mean, that's your decision. No judgment on that. But like, if you are a very family-oriented person and you want to keep ties with your family, sometimes the healthiest thing to do is, dude, you need space. And if you can't get that space, if you're a teenager, let's go to your question of like, what advice would I give to a teenager about family that is like, you know, you're saying like energy vampires that just suck your energy? I think the best advice I actually got from Gary was, you need to just go to your room, put headphones on, and just consume positivity. Just literally consume positivity until, you know, because if you're listening to the negative things and you're surrounding yourself with family that says negative things, that's what you're going to become, and you have to face that reality. And if you can't have that conversation, then try spacing it out. Just try having space. And if that doesn't work, then, you know, you need to move out. Because sometimes, dude, like, if you, like, this is one thing I've been telling myself, like, if I move out and I come back, imagine how much more my parents are going to appreciate me, because like, I've had that space and they've seen like, oh wow, like, you know, and now I see Brad doing things on his own. If you want the respect from the people that you love, you have to prove to them that you don't need them. We shouldn't be reliant on someone else. We should be self-sufficient. So if we want that respect from someone else, we have to prove to them that we don't need them, which is actually a good thing. Like, we shouldn't rely on anyone except for us.
From the time you're born until you're 18, and when it comes down to that self-belief, what do you think happens there?
You know, that's a good question. I don't really know. I can't really pinpoint like what happens. I don't really think it's, you know, maybe it's a traumatic experience. Like, that definitely can lead to a belief that they're like of unworthiness and guilt and and shame and all these things, which are actually at a lower vibrational frequency. I think just in general, the system that we have is, you know, a reward and punishment system. So, you know, I don't really know. This is just a theory that I have. But maybe with this reward and punishment system that we have, because we have this socialization thing where, you know, we talk about, okay, you can't do this, but you can do this. If you do this, you get punished. If you do this, you get a reward. You know what I mean? So like, maybe within that, just little by little, pinprick by pinprick, like, there's just these like beliefs and things that slip into our belief system. So I really can't pinpoint that down, but that's kind of my theory on it, you know, just socialization, and the things that you're going to pick up on in your outside reality are just going to be opportunities to see that you are, like, to reconfirm that you are unworthy, because that's where you are. And when you switch that, which the easiest way to switch it is gratitude. Easiest way. If you flip to the frequency of gratitude, like you can automatically switch it. And then from there, build on top of it. You know what I mean? So like it's just going to be an upward spiral instead of a downward spiral. You know, which spiral do you want to take? It takes the same amount of energy to go positive as it does to go negative. So why would you choose going negative? I don't get it. You know what I mean? If you summon up these emotions of like inspiration, joy, gratitude, like bro, if you can keep that inspiration going, nothing is gonna stop you. You know what I mean? Like when we talk about gratitude, we don't just talk about saying, oh, thank you for this, thank you for that. No, like you obviously say it, but you also feel it. So as long as you have that gratitude and you feel it, you will feel results so much faster. And the good way to actually feel it is I like to visualize things, which is like something I've recently been doing. I haven't really always done that, but if you visualize it, you know, and you actually you can start feeling it easier because you actually have a picture in your mind of what it is. What the difference that I want to make in this world is, one, I want to help people travel. I want to help people experience new places. I want people to get out of their little comfort zone and go somewhere that makes them feel uncomfortable. So that's where I want to go with the travel. What I want to do with the personal development, I want people to step out into their power. I want to empower people. I want people to realize that they are literally what they have inside of them. What I feel, they can feel too. This isn't just like, oh, this deserves, like Brad just deserved this. Like we can all have this joy, peace, love. All of us can have it. It's just the story that we're telling ourselves in our head.
It was a great time having Brad here. Brad, thank you for this again. Not a problem. Thank you again, but don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this with all your friends, and continue looking forward to more episodes. This is Mad Talk Entertainment.
Don't be stingy.
Yeah, don't be stingy. Yeah, follow him too. His dog got an Instagram too. We're gonna figure it out. But anyway,
we gotta make one.
Hell yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, it was so great having you here. It's so great having you guys here. This is Mad Talk, and I'll catch you in the next one.